Online people, please confirm, guys. Okay, thank you. I hope, guys, you are practicing. Keep practicing. Too much issues with the recursion, right? Struggling a lot in a recursion. Doubts is getting clear or not? Why? You're going to lab, reaching out to the mentor. Huh? What's the problem? If you explain the problem, I can help, guys. Doubts is not getting clear. What's the problem, guys? You don't understand the flow of recursion? Where exactly you are stucking? You are getting stuck. Where exactly you are getting stuck, guys? Online people's, your doubts is getting clear, guys? Offline people का problem बताओ पहले, है ना? What exactly the problem? If you tell, guys, I can help. If you didn't tell, means how I can know where exactly you are facing the issue? First, tell me your problem. What's the problem? Sir, entire recursion is a problem, right? You are tracing the question, but we are not getting the correct output. Approach is wrong, guys. If you are tracing correct way, then only you will get the correct output. Na? Right? If you're tracing the code in a correct way, then only you will get a correct output, right? So maybe somehow you are missing something, correct? You have the accessing to the recording, everyone? No. You can get the access, guys. Confusion, time complexity. Okay, how many people done the questions of the time complexity? No one. Either time complexity. When you will complete then all the assignment, guys, after sending more 10 assignments? Hmm. बोलिए, guys. So guys, do one thing. Okay, do one thing. Will you able to come at 2 o'clock every day? Everyone. Huh? We'll arrange another classroom now for that. If you are coming at 2 o'clock, I'm here to clear your doubt, like a class. Fine. So you come up with a doubt, है ना? सारे क्वेश्चन मत लेके आना, है ना? You have to practice some of the questions. Those are really doubt, you can reach out. है ना? If you're coming, everyone, guys, let me know, because based on the people, we have to arrange the classroom. Right? So if you're coming, I'm ready to clear your doubts, whatever the doubts you have. Right? But make sure it should be cleared. है ना? For online people also. Online, offline. Right? इतना मैं आपकी हेल्प कर सकता हूँ, बट इफ यू आर रेडी टू पुट दी एफर्ट, नहीं तो मैं बुला रहा हूँ 2 बजे, आना ही नहीं है। कहा सर, हम 1 बजे तो खा के सो जाते हैं। ठीक है, तो दिस टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स विल नॉट बी देयर, है ना? ठीक है सर, है ट्रेस हो नहीं रहा। ओके फाइन। हाउ मेनी पीपल ट्रेस दिस क्वेश्चन? क्या है यार इस क्वेश्चन में? हम see, guys, if you are calling some function, right, from where you are calling, once it is written the statement, it is returning some value to that one. If it is returning value, literally I'm writing return one. So who call that function, it is returning to that function call, so cursor will go there. After that, if there is any function call, it will print first that print statement or any other thing, and then again cursor will come back. This is the execution flow of any functions, right? Okay, it's fine, no issue. Do one thing. Do one thing. You come at 2 o'clock tomorrow, correct? And share whatever the questions you have. Okay. If you adopt the if you use the correct approach, guys, then only the things will be easy. Otherwise, आप अपने flow के हिसाब से जाओगे तो recursion will be tough. Right? Follow the correct flow, then only you will get the correct answer. Right? It is impossible thing, guys. If you trace the proper way, if you trace the proper way recursion and you are getting wrong output, it's a completely illogical thing. If you are tracing the recursion in a correct way, you will definitely get the correct output only. Whether it is a normal stack based recursion or whether it is a recursion tree based question. Right? Approach should be correct to trace the questions. Right? So that's the reason we have given you so many questions. Right? Recursion or still three lists are pending, guys, for tracing the recursion. Right? So first you solve, there are some question which is related to the list, guys. Right? Some questions which are related to the list that I agree that you will not able to solve now. Once we complete the list, you will able to solve it. Okay. That will not be a issue, guys. Correct. Fine. But guys, whatever your doubts, don't worry, because recursion is not a matter of 1 days, 2 days, 3 days. वो चलता रहेगा जब तक आपका course है. Right? You will get the hands-on on 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, because it's not a that much rocket science, guys, कि आप आज पढ़ लो और कल आ जाएगा. It's a more logical. The reason why I'm telling, guys, our general approach is not a recursive approach, guys. In our day-to-day life also, if you wanted to do something repeatedly, you will follow the iterative approach only. Our approach is not a recursive approach. If our day-to-day life approach is recursive approach, then obviously recursion will be easy. Why you are feeling loop is more easier? Because your daily life or daily approach is loop only, iterative approach. So it will take some time to get a hands-on on the recursion. Give some time, guys, no issue. Initially you are doing wrong, no problem. But if you're not at all doing, that's a huge problem. So whether you are getting right or whether you are getting wrong, make sure that you are practicing every day. It doesn't matter your answer is correct or wrong, but at least you are attempting, at least you are trying. That's it. Otherwise, simply attending the class, not practicing anything, you won't get anything, guys. You don't know how much competitions are there in the market. Right? So make sure that at least you attempt the question. There are many people to help you. Okay, if your doubts is not getting the clear, I will be there for you, people. But you come at least. नहीं तो मैं बैठा हूँ अकेला, कोई आ नहीं रहा है. Right? Fine. So you do that thing, guys. Okay, 2 to 3:30, I can easily clear your doubts, guys. There will not be any issue for my side. Huh? So you come from tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow you are giving test. Huh? How many people are ready to give test? बाकी लोग not prepare. बोले guys, majority of people is telling then only I will take a test. क्या फिर टेस्ट लेना है क्या कल? हाँ? Tell me, guys. Shall we take test tomorrow based on the loops? नहीं बोल रहे वो है ना. Fine, guys. You discuss and tell me at the end. है ना? I already I have a paper, guys. I will share है ना? Tomorrow है ना? At the time of test. Okay, fine. I hope, guys, you are practicing. है ना? Please practice coding also. Your practice. है ना? Make sure that you are practicing a lot. Then only the coding will be easy. If your dream is big, so practice also you have to do very well. Okay, so today we'll start some of the new topics, guys. We are moving towards the area of data structures in a Python, right? So guys, whatever we have learned till now, the reason why I have completed the functions and recursion and iterative approach before, because in a list you have so many predefined functions, right? So we are using that predefined function as well as same predefined function we have to write by our own, right? That is our approach in both iterative as well as recursive approach, right? So that you will get lots of questions to practice. for iterative as well as recursive, guys. Okay, so we'll see the data structures today. We'll start the data structure and the approaches. As I told you that every Saturday we'll see the approaches, right? So probably tomorrow we'll see the divide and conquer strategy for recursion. Make sure, guys, while coming tomorrow, you are just revising the thing whatever we have seen in the recursion. Right, fine. Okay, so let me discuss the inbuilt data structures in Python. See, guys, these are the most important part of the Python, right? This topic is most important for the Python developer, data science, data analyst, everywhere. These topics you are using more frequently in a data science also, right? So make sure you are good in this one, right? It's not about that, sir. We remember the predefined functions of the list. That's it. List is over, right? There are so many things to do, right? Then only the things will be remembered. In a Python, there are more than 10,000 predefined functions, guys. How many predefined function you will remember? Huh? जो है वही तो याद नहीं है बोला सर. So guys, don't believe on remembering the things because there are so many stuffs, right? कितना grasping power होगा आपका, है ना? कितना चीजें remember करोगे आप, right? So better to build it. That's why we are learning the programming. We are learning the function, we are learning the recursion, so that if you forget also predefined function, you know what exactly it is doing. You can implement your own function. That's type of people industry want, guys. Rather than using this predefined, that predefined things, it is not going to help because अगर आप उस वे में पढ़ोगे, then the things will be of only remembering, right? So the entire data science course is only remembering the things, right? So जिसका grasping power अच्छा होगा वो अच्छा करेगा, right? But we don't want this kind of rhetorical way to study, right? Fine. So inbuilt data structures in a Python, guys. First of all, what is data structure? I have explained at the time of stack, guys. What is data structure? Yes, guys. What is data structure? Online people. So generally, any problem that has to be solved by the computer system involves the data, right? We need to organize the data in a such a way that it will get a structured, right? Once the data will get a structure, it will become a meaningful. So to give the proper structure to the data, we require a data structure, right? What I'm trying to say, any problem that has to be solved, solved by computer involves the data, right? Involves the data, and we need to organize we need to organize the data in such a way that it will get structure. Once the data will get structure, it will become meaningful, correct? And this meaningful data, generally we call it as information, right? So generally, what is data structure, guys? Simple term, data structure is a way of organizing a data. Data structure is a way of organizing a data in an optimal way. Okay, I will explain what is optimal way. First of all, guys, I will tell you what is the need of this one, right? Suppose I am writing like this, guys, x equals to 5. X is what? X is a variable, right? Variable is a name given to the memory location. We can call it as identifier, correct? So guys, I can store this 5 value in X, correct? But I am telling, guys, I want is to store 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Can I store this many value in single variable? I cannot store it, guys. How we can store? This x equals to 10, 20, 30, 40. If you try to store, it will overwrite the values, right? So if I wanted to store the multiple value in a single variable, you required a container, guys, like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like this. So this kind of container you required, guys, right? This container is nothing but the data structure. So you are organizing a data in a linear fashion. That's why it's a linear data structure, right? Linear means one after the other, right? So guys, this is the basic need of the data structure. This is the basic need of the container, why we required it, correct? You cannot store more than one value in a single variable. So for that you require the collection, and this is one of the collection to store the multiple values. Correct, guys? Yes or no? Right. The thing is that, guys, the thing is that let's take the simple example. Suppose I wanted to store the employee ID in the company database. Right. So, guys, for storing the employee ID, I don't have to create the number of variables which is equals to the number of employees. अगर आपके पास 100 employees है, so you cannot keep the 100 variables to store the 100 employees employee ID. Right. So better what you will do, you will create one collection or you will create one container in that single only, in that single variable. Suppose I'm telling EID equals to, you can give your hundreds of employees ID in a single variable, right? That is the beauty of collection, that you are storing the multiple value in a single variable. Clear, guys? This is a simple intuition why we required it. Okay, now understood, guys. Whatever I'm talking now, whatever I'm talking about the container and all these things, generally these are all the data structure, and data structure is a way of organizing a data. It is a way of organizing a data in a optimal way of organizing the data in an optimal way. Okay, same way of organizing the data, you understood that we are keeping a data sequentially or non-sequentially, right? But in an optimal way means what, guys? Optimal way, it will take the less time. But when, guys, what is the time here? If I'm talking that it will take a less time, where it will take less time? In the form of container. Where it will take less time, guys? I'm telling that way of organizing a data in an optimal way, where exactly it will take a less time? Hmm. See, guys, whenever you are storing a data in the data structure, I'm talking time in the sense of retrieving the data. Retrieving means accessing the data. Once you store that data in a particular data structures, you will able to access that data in an optimal time, right? That time I'm talking here, right? And whenever I'm talking about the space, it is taking the minimum space to store the data, right? So data structure is a way of organizing a data in an optimal way, means it is taking less time for the retrieval. Retrieval means accessing, and optimal space, minimum space to store, right? So we have to organize the data in a such a way that it will take the optimal time and optimal space. This is the objective of entire data structure, guys, right? Why we are learning the data structure, this is the objective of your data structure, that it is a way of organizing a data in an optimal way. Correct. Now, guys, based on way of organizing a data, based on based on way of organizing a data structures are classified into two types. Don't worry, guys. Currently, I'm not covering any generic data structure. Otherwise, you will get, sir, data structure. You know, we are currently seeing the data structures which are available in the Python, which is a list tuple set dictionary, which is inbuilt data structures in the Python. Currently, I'm talking about that data structure. Generic data structure we'll talk on every Saturday, right? This is not a correct way because we have to move with the syllabus also. We have so many things to do, right? So based on the way of organizing a data structures are classified into two types. Based on way of organizing means how you are storing a data, in which manner you are storing a data, that we call it as way of organizing a data, right? So, guys, there are two data structure. One is linear, data structure, another one is non-linear data structure. See guys, although this is a theory, is nobody going to ask you, but it's good to know so that your concept will be more clear, right? What exactly the linear and what exactly the non-linear. Linear data structure means we are storing a data in a data structure in a linear fashion, like this above one. If you see here guys, this example, I'm storing a data one after the other. This we call it as, we are storing a data in a linear fashion. Right. So this kind of data structure generally we call it as linear data structure. Linear data structure means we are storing a data in a linear way. So we are storing a data in a linear way, right? Linear way means one after the other. This we call it as linear data structure. For example, for your information, all the data structure which is present in the Python, list, tuple, set, dictionary, these are the inbuilt data structure in Python, which is a list, tuple, set, and dictionary. These are all the linear data structure, guys. Means we are storing a data in this data structure in a linear fashion, means one after the other, right? If you take the example of generic data structure, one data structure you already aware of, which is stack. Stack के साथ ज्यादा familiar हो गए होंगे guys आप अभी, है ना? Fine. So everywhere you are seeing the stack now in a dream also, right? Fine. So stack, queue, right? These are all the linked list. These are all the linear data structures. Means we are storing a data in a linear fashion. That we call it as linear data structure, guys. Okay. Non-linear means, guys, opposite to linear. We are storing a data in a non-linear fashion. Non-linear fashion means it is not following the order, sequential order or consecutive order, right? So we are storing a data in a non-linear fashion. Non-linear fashion means not like this, guys. We are storing like a tree or a graph. Okay, I will let you know what is tree and what is graph, guys. Right. See here. There are only 2-3 data structure which are non-linear, right? So guys, what is tree and what is graph? Try to understand. Okay, see here. Suppose guys, this is the kind of tree structure. Why it is a tree, guys? Because it is looking like a tree. That's the reason, right? So this is the tree structure. Right. So here we are not storing a data in a linear fashion. Correct? This we call it as tree. Chat disable है. क्या बात कर रहे हैं? इतने लोगों ने तो मैसेज किया है. Chat is unable, guys, है ना? Okay, fine. So this is the tree. Fine. So guys, if you see here, this we call it as root node. Correct. This is we call it as root. Guys, I'm not explaining here, but I'm telling it is a tree kind of thing. Right. This is the generally disconnected component. Okay. But if I'm showing you graph, it's like this. This is the vertex one, vertex two. You'll get to know, guys, what is graph and what is tree. Because in a machine learning also, we have a binary tree, we have a KD tree, we have a ball tree. This kind of tree we have. Right. So V2, V3, right? And V4, right? This is the graph, guys. Right. Generally, this is the tree and this is a graph, right? So this kind of data structure, we call it as non-linear data structure. You are not storing in a linear way. Linear way means one after the other. Like this, you are storing. This is the box and you are storing your first element, second element, third element like this. So this we call it as linear, but this we call it as non-linear data structure. We are storing in a non-linear fashion. Correct? Fine. Okay, guys, now. Understand, guys, what is data structure? What is data structure? सी guys, समझ रहा है? मैं सही पढ़ा रहा हूं? Then I am not getting the answers, guys, है ना? What is data structure? चलो फटाफट बोल दो यार. Way of organizing the data in a optimal way. Okay, so data structure based on the way of organizing a data structures are classified into two types. One is linear data structure, another one is non-linear data structure. Linear data structure means we are storing a data in a linear fashion, one after the other. And whenever you are storing a data in a non-linear fashion, we call it as non-linear data structure. Simple. Example is graph and tree. There is, guys, one more classification, which is a physical data structure. Physical data structure and logical data structure. Right? See, guys, what is physics? See, guys, thoda theory hai. Initially, somewhat theory. Once I completed again 10 to 15 minutes, then everything will be code. Right? So, thoda patience rakhiye. Right? Fine. I hope you like the code more than theory. और थ्योरी सर थ्योरी समझता है सबको थ्योरी अच्छा है. यस ऑनलाइन पीपल कोड सर. हाँ. Okay, physical data structure means what, guys? How exactly the data will see, guys. Let me explain first logical. Okay, tell me. I will take suppose, guys, tree data structure. Tree means this kind of structure you will able to see. This kind of structure you will. Guys, memory means your RAM, correct? So whenever I'm creating a tree, guys, do you find any tree is created on inside the memory? It's not possible, guys. If I'm creating a graph, then do you see any graph is created inside the memory? For example, guys, we are learning a databases. In a databases, you have a table. Do you find any table is created inside the memory? No, guys. This is just a logical way of saying that logically there is a table, but physically memory is a collection of sequential location. So whatever you are storing in the memory, it will be stored in a sequential manner only. अब आप बोलोगे सर बना रहे हो एकदम, कभी बोल रहे हो ग्राफ और कभी बोल रहे हो उसको स्टोर्ड होना है सीक्वेंशियल ऑर्डर में ही. राइट? सो गाइज आई एम टेलिंग देयर आर टू वेज ऑफ representation. One is the logical way of representation, another way is physical way of representation. What I'm trying to say, guys, whenever I'm telling that it's a tree, it's a graph, or it's a table, or it's a segmented tree, you will not find any tree created inside the memory. Right? Because there is a not a structure in the memory like a tree. ऐसा कोई स्ट्रक्चर ही नहीं है मेमोरी में जो ट्री बना दे. देयर इज अ नो स्ट्रक्चर लाइक अ स्टैक, गाइस. आपको लग रहा है क्या कि इफ आई क्रिएटेड अ स्टैक इन अ मेमोरी, आपको लग रहा है कि मेमोरी में ऐसा कुछ क्रिएट होगा वन साइड ओपन वन साइड क्लोज? नॉट पॉसिबल, गाइस. दिस इज जस्ट अ लॉजिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन, गाइस. नाउ व्हाट इज फिजिकल, सर? फिजिकल इज list and linked list. These are only the two physical representation, guys. कहने का तात्पर्य ये है कि guys, whether it is a graph or whether it is a tree, if you wanted to store a graph inside the memory, if you wanted to store a tree inside the memory, it has to store in the form of list or linked list, because this is only the physical data structure. So physically, if I wanted to store a tree in a memory, you have to follow one of the representation. Either you can store a tree using list, or either you can store a tree using linked list, because this is only the physical representation we have. So physically, if I stored the graph, if I stored the tree, it has to stored in the form of this. Now I'll tell you guys, you will get, sir, how? Now see, guys, how? I'm telling you, guys, how we find particular logical representation. Okay, fine. Whatever the data structure you are seeing, guys, tree, stack, Q, है ना? These all are the logical data structure. Physically, it has to stored in a sequential format only. For example, this is a tree. I'm giving the name, guys. This is the A. This is the B. Listen, guys. Let me complete. फिर आप डाउट पूछिए ना. आपके जितने भी डाउट होंगे सब क्लियर कर दूंगा मैं. D, E, F, G. Okay. Okay, guys. This is the tree. Right. Now I'm telling that this is a logical. Logical means जो हम देख रहे हैं अपनी नजरों से, that is a logical. Particularly in a computer. See, guys, the beauty of the computer science or this technology is what? Everything is happening, but we will not able to see anything. That's a fact, right? So what I'm trying to say, this is the logical way of storing. But physically, if you see how the tree will be looks like in the memory, it will be looks like this. You consider as the parent node, guys. So A, you are storing here A. Then what are the children of A? B and C. So I'm storing here B and I'm storing here C, guys. Correct? Fine. Now go to B. What are the children of B? D and E. Correct? Right. Now next is C. What are the children of C? F and G. Correct? This is F and this is G, guys. Now you move to the D. D has any children? No. E has any children? No. So this is the way it will be stored inside the memory, guys. This is our representation. We are thinking that, okay, tree will be created inside the memory, but inside the memory, this structure is getting stored for the tree. Because this is the physical representation and this is the logical representation. Now, guys, graph also. How exactly you will store the graph, right? Let me show you graph. There are representation for the graph, guys. I hope you are understanding whatever I'm trying to say, right? Sorting कहाँ से आ गए आप? Horrible, guys, huh? So this is a V1, V2, V3. Please understand, guys, and if you have any doubt, you can raise the hand. No issue, है ना? But पहले समझ लो whatever I'm trying to explain you. है ना? See, guys, I am here to help you, so don't worry. बेझिझक आप कोई भी सवाल पूछिए, whether it is a silly question also. मैं भी silly हूँ, है ना? So देखिए, this is the graph. Okay. Now, guys, I wanted to store this graph inside the memory. Now, graph has the representation, right? Graph has the representation. Representation means what? If I wanted to store the graph inside the memory, so for a graph, they are giving the representation, guys. Okay. Let me explain. For a graph, they have a representative. One is matrix represent adjacency matrix representation. Matrix representation. See, guys, आप wording पे बिल्कुल मत जाइएगा, है ना? These are only fancy words. Nothing will be there. In entire data science core, you will see so many fancy words. KD tree, locality sensitive hashing, this thing, that thing, only fancy terms. है ना? कुछ भी नहीं है, सिर्फ डराने की चीजें हैं. Right, fine. So this is the adjacency matrix, right? Then you have a adjacency list. See, this is not a graph class, so I will explain you only one representation, how exactly the graph will be represented. Fine. So guys, suppose I wanted to store, you know that how exactly tree will be stored inside the memory. Now understand, guys, graph will be stored in the form of matrix, right? So how many vertices, guys? V1, V2, थोड़ा माफ करिए diagram, 3 and V4, guys. ठीक है, these are the, and here also you will get V1, V2, V3 and V4. Correct. So guys, V1 to V1 there is no H, so I will keep here 0. V1 to V2 there is a H, I will keep here 1. Then V1 to V3 there is, I will keep 1. V1 to V4 there is no H, I will keep here 0. So this is the way to represent a graph inside the memory. Clear, guys? So this, see, guys, this graph is a logical representation that you got to know that there is a graph, but physically it will be stored in this form. अब कुछ दिनों के बाद आपको समझेगा कि देयर विल नॉट बी एनी मैट्रिक्स क्रिएटेड इन द मेमोरी, राइट? बिकॉज मैट्रिक्स हैज इट्स ओन रिप्रेजेंटेशन गाइस, row major order and column major order, that we'll see at the time of numpy, right? How exactly the multi-dimensional things will be stored inside the memory, because the way you are storing the matrix, it is also leads to the performance guys, right? That we'll discuss at the time of numpy. Fine. Clear guys up to here? What is logical and what is physical? LL means linked list. See, it depends on what kind of graph it is, right? Right. Here also you can have node in the graph, no? Not only two. You can have any number of nodes in the graph. That depends upon the graph, sir. Right? And you can see, guys, I don't want it to explain adjacency list here. Why I don't want it to confuse it. V1. What are the V1 adjacent vertex? Adjacent vertex means V2, V3, V5. So you write here, guys, V2. This we call it as linked list, guys. And I don't want it to explain you linked list now because I don't want it to confuse you. I know. जिनको पता है वो समझ रहे, but let it be, guys. Let it be, don't worry. We'll see later. See. फालतू में क्यों कंफ्यूज होना? See. So guys, what I'm trying to say, graph and tree are the logical data structure. Physically, it has to store it in the form of list or linked list. So guys, if you see here, this matrix is nothing but the list only. Otherwise, you will say, sir, you didn't discuss here matrix, right? Your matrix is a list only, guys. It's a two-dimensional list, right? Clear, guys, what is physical and what is logical? Fine. Fine. Okay, guys. Now again, I'm classifying the data structure into two parts, right? One is inbuilt data structure, and second one is generic data structure, right? Inbuilt data structure means the data structure which is present inside the language itself. You don't have to create it because it is present in the language itself, right? The data structure which is present in the language itself, we generally call it as inbuilt data structure. Means if you want the particular data structure, you don't have to create it, you directly used it, right? So we can directly use it, right? Those are the data structure. First is list. I already explained is list, tuple, set, and fourth one is dictionary. List, tuple, set, dictionary. These are the inbuilt data structure. Inbuilt means these data structures are available in the language itself. You don't have to create it explicitly. It is available in built language, right? So you can directly use it. Generic data structure means it is not available in the language, guys. So if you wanted to use it, you have to create it first, right? So it is not available in the language. So if you wanted to use it, if we want to use it, we have to create it. One generic data structure you already used, guys, which is stack. So these are stack, queue, tree, graph. These are all the generic data structure, guys. Tree, graph, linked list. These are all the generic data structure, guys. And we are currently focusing on the inbuilt data structure, which is available in your Python. See, guys, listen, this is the most important things in this entire course of data science, because this data structure, particularly list and dictionary, we are using so many times in pandas, machine learning, deep learning, everywhere, right? So make sure that you are very good in this. Although, guys, there is not too much hard thing here, just we have to use the predefined functions, right? Everything is simple, guys. That's why I'm trying to make it somewhat hard. right? By keeping the sum of questions in front of you, right? Fine. So guys, I will start with the first inbuilt data structure, which is a list. Okay, fine. Guys, just 2-3 minutes, फिर हम coding पे आ जाएंगे, ठीक है? So list, correct? List is the first data structure. First of all, it is an inbuilt data structure. You know what is inbuilt now, correct? Again, I am telling it's a it's a inbuilt data. It's a linear data structure. Then it's a logical or physical data structure, right? So guys, generally, these are the general definitions of the list. Now, what exactly list? List is a collection. List is a collection of heterogeneous kind of a data. List is a collection of heterogeneous kind of a data. What is the meaning of heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means different kind of a data. Different types of a data. Means if I wanted to store the multiple values in the list, it can be of different type. It can be integer, it can be float, it can be string, any type. We are not specifying by giving the specific data type only. That's why they are calling it as heterogeneous collection of the item, right? So we can call it as, you can store the different data type items in the list, correct? Now the second thing is, guys, okay, first of all, how to create a list. Okay, let me launch Jupyter, guys. I observe one thing, guys. Everybody is interested in theory. Once I start the programming, means very few people will respond. But ultimately, you will get a job based on the coding only. You won't get a job based on the theory. Nobody will ask you who is the father of Python. Okay, guys, see, fine. I'm creating a empty list. Creating a empty list. Creating an empty list means, guys, syntax is quite simple. If I mention here syntax, you have to give here list name. List name is what, guys? You have to use square bracket, item 1, item 2, and so on. Right? These are the item. What is list name? List name is a identifier, guys. List name is a identifier. Why we required identifier? आप कल टेस्ट दे ही दो, गाइस, है ना? क्योंकि आपके लक्षण ऐसे लग रहे कि आप बिल्कुल प्रिपेयर नहीं कर रहे हैं ना. So creating an empty list. Okay, I'm giving here name, guys, lst1 equals to, I'm not specifying any element here. I'm writing here, just running. And if you type here lst1, this is the empty list, correct? Understanding, guys? If you wanted to check the type, what type of it is, if I'm writing lst1, it is showing that it is of list type, correct? Simple, guys. How to create a list? You have to specify the list name here. Any name you can give. You know that how to write the identifier. You know what are the rules for writing the identifier, correct? Just you have to use the square bracket. In the square bracket, you have to specify the items, correct? Fine. For example, guys, suppose I'm creating the list for integers. Creating the list for integers. So I'm writing here lst2 equals to, what is integer, guys? Numbers. How integer will be stored inside the memory? Hmm? How integer will be stored inside the memory? A negative integer? Fraction? Float. Fine, guys. See, LST3, I am creating it for float 23.4, 90.88, 67.88. This is the list of float, guys. LST3, right? Similarly, I can create the list for string. This is the string, guys. This is the list of string, correct? Even though you can create a miscellaneousness list also. This is the kind of miscellaneous list. What is the meaning of miscellaneous list, guys? It is contains the different kinds of data. So this is the heterogeneous kind of a data. First one is string, second one is string, third one is integer, fourth one is float. That's why we call list as a heterogeneous kind of a data. So this is the different ways of creating the list, guys. Okay. Now the question is how to access the list, right? How to access? What is the meaning of access? List element. First of all, guys, every list will contain the index, will contains contains the index, correct? And the index is starts with 0. Index it starts with 0, guys. How? See, guys, suppose I'm creating one list, lst equals to, suppose I'm writing here 1 2 3 4 6. This is my list. I'm telling that every list element has the index and it is starting with a 0, 1 2 3 and 4. So if I wanted to access this element, I can access the element with the index. You specify the list name. You specify the list name here. Square bracket, you specify the index, which element you wanted to access, right? For example, guys, suppose I have a list, this LST2. This is my list. And I wanted to access this fifth element. So I can get that what is the index of this element. So this is the 0th index, first index, second index, and third index. So I will write here list name LST2 of 3. If I write LST2 of 3, I'm getting the fifth value. Correct? Suppose I wanted to access 6. How to access, guys? LST2 of 4. So I will get the fourth element. You don't need to do anything, guys. Just you have to use this syntax, right? There is a negative indexing, guys. Okay. How negative indexing will done? See here. Same like a positive indexing, guys. If I started from the last element, it will take the negative index, which is a -1, right? If you go this element, this will be the -2. If you go to this element, this will be -3. This will be your -3, guys. Correct? And if you go to this element, this will be -4 and -5. Now, guys, suppose I wanted to access the last element of the list. For example, LST2, this is the list. If you go from 0th index to the end, what is this? What is the index of 7, guys? Minus LST2. Nice. Sequentially, jo. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I go LST of 5, you will directly get a 7. But if you go in a reverse way, the negative index will start. LST of 2 of -1. So you'll get that element. If I wanted to get a 4 in a negative index, guys, how to get? minus, if I write minus 4 here, you will get the 4. Clear guys? Simple? Yes or no? Fine. There is another way of accessing the list, which is a slicing, right? There is another way to accessing the list, right? Which is a slicing. See guys, before slicing, I wanted to discuss some function so that we can code the things. Okay, fine. So guys, let me create one list. Okay. First of all, understand guys how to iterate the list. Iterating means, what is the meaning of iterating? हमने देखा ना iterating. How to iterate the list. Iterate the list means generally we are visiting the each element of the list and printing it. That is a repetition, it is happening. So iterating means traversing, or we can call it as visiting. Visiting each element of the list. Correct. This we call it as iterating. So to iterate the list, we required a loop. Right. So particularly we are using the for loop in case of any data structures. Right. So we required a for loop to iterate the list, right? So how to write guys? Suppose I have a list equals to some items, right? So I can write here for I in lst, right? Let me show you how. Suppose I'm creating one list guys here, lst 2 3. Okay, fine. This is my list 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6, like this. This is my list. Now I wanted to iterate the element of list guys. Okay, so how to iterate? I will write here for I is a iterator in lst of 23 colon, you directly print here I. What it is doing guys, you know how exactly the loop will work because we have solved many questions. So I will go to first element and it will print, then it will go to second element and it will print. If you see here, you are getting all the elements 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Understanding guys? Yes or no? Now you will get, sir, we wanted to access through index, right? How to access? Accessing with the help of, see guys, I already told you which function we required to access with the help of index. हमने एक function देखा था. I hope everyone knows. What is the function? Range function. So if I'm writing for I in a range of, right? So guys, can you tell me guys, suppose I have a list like this. Suppose this is my list. Suppose this is my list equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 like this, right? This is my list guys. This is list 23 is my list. Okay, let me add one more cell and fine. So if I'm writing like this guys, len of lst of 23, what it will give me guys? 7. What is the meaning of 7? It is giving me how many elements are present in this list. So if you count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, correct, these are the elements present in your list. If I starts with the index guys, this is the 0th index, this is the first index, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, fifth and sixth. These are the index of the list guys. So I'm starting from 0, right? Up to where guys it is going? Up to sixth index it is going. Can I write this last index as a len of lst minus 1? Can I write like this? Because length of the list is 7 and 7 minus 1 is 6. Correct? Okay, fine. So guys, what I'm trying to say, I wanted to iterate the list on the basis of index. So what I'll write? For I in a range, okay, I in a range where I will start from 0. By default, if you are not specifying the start value means it will start from 0. Up to where I have to go, I will write here len of LST of 23. So what it will do, guys, it will go till the end, right? It will go till the length of the list. But we know that, guys, suppose I'm printing like this. Okay, let me show you one thing. Suppose I'm writing like this, guys, for I in a range of 0 to 10. Can you tell me that 10 will get print, guys? Why? Up to 9 only it will get print. Same thing, guys, if you are writing len of list 23, list length of the list is 7, but up to 6 only it will print. Correct? But guys, if I print here I, what it will print? It will print the index. I want index. I want the element. You know how to access the element. Just now we have seen, guys. What should I write here? I will write here LST23 of I. If I'm writing like this, I will get all the elements present in the list. Understanding, guys? You can access directly the element and you can access the element of the list through index cells. Clear up to here? Please ask, guys, if you have any doubt. I will give you 1 minute. See, guys, wait, huh? Enumerate, wait, है ना? I know you know Python very well, but wait, guys, है ना? Once I start the coding means you won't give answer, है ना? Wait, because most of the people are learning first time, guys, है ना? So wait, I know you are very brilliant students, but wait, है ना? Any doubt, guys, up to here? Simple? पीछे? Understanding? Any doubt? Fine. Now, guys, one more thing about the list is a mutable, right? List is a mutable. Mutable meaning is this: we can change the content of a list. Content of a list. This we call it as mutability, right? And list is a mutable. Okay. Now, what is mutable? We'll see with the help of example, guys. I have a LST of 23, guys. Right? This is my list, correct? Now, guys, suppose I wanted to add any element in the list, right? Or suppose I wanted to remove any element in the list, I can easily do it. That we call it as mutability, right? See, guys, we'll see whenever we'll see some of the list function, how to add and how to remove in that one. Okay. Before that, guys, we have seen one function len of LST23. What is this function? It is counting the number of element in the list, guys. But suppose I don't wanted to use this len. I wanted to write my own len function, right? How to write it? Question, understand, guys? I wanted to write my own length function, right? I don't wanted to use this len, guys. How to create? Because we will solve the coding question, guys. Just सिर्फ प्री function use करेंगे तो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, है ना? कोई मजा ही नहीं है, आप भी बोलोगे क्या बड़बड़ करके जा रहे हैं ना? विल डू दी कोडिंग, है ना? आप बोलोगे सर कहा अच्छा भला प्री डिफाइन है, उसमें भी कोडिंग डाल रहे हो आप, है ना? फाइन. My question understood, guys. I wanted to make my own function to count the number of element in the list, right? So how to write it, guys? हमने सीखा function बनाना. First tell me how to write the iterative code for this, and then tell me how to write the recursive code for this. दोनों लिखने, right? Understood the question? You already solved the function questions. This is the len function. What len is doing? Same function I have to write, but that function name is my len. So I'm writing the function def my underscore len. This is my function. I'm writing my own length function. So बोलिएगा guys कैसे करेंगे, है ना? So what we need to pass, guys? We need to pass the list. Correct? I'll pass the list. I will iterate the list, guys, and every time I need to count. If it is visited the first element, I will increase my count by 1. So I can write like this: count equals to 0. I will iterate for I in a list. I'll increase count plus equals to 1. That's it. And I will return count. Correct? Let me take the same list, guys, here. Suppose I will pass here. फास्ट हो रहा है गाइस? बोलिए अगर फास्ट हो रहा है तो. Print. I will pass this my underscore len and I will pass here lst. It is giving me 7. Understanding, guys? So we have to use this approach only, guys. So whatever the function I'm discussing predefined, we have to write our own way. That all the functions. Then only आपको कुछ याद रखने का काम नहीं पड़ेगा. Right? What is pop? There are many function, guys. If you know what exactly that function is doing, you can directly code it. Right? नहीं तो आपको एक चार्ट बनाना पड़ेगा और आपको रट्टा मारना पड़ेगा. Right? Because the things will not be remembered, guys. दो approaches है, guys. To remember the function, there are two approaches. First approach is whatever I'm telling. That you practice the writing a code means you can implement anything. Right? You can implement any function. That's why I have completed the function and recursion first. Right? Otherwise, this topic will be later. Right? But I wanted to write the function for everything. That's why we have completed the functions and recursion first. So this is the first way of remembering, guys. Remembering means you can code it directly. You can create your own function and code it. Second way is, guys, you can make a chart and remember. That is the second option. Right? But guys, again, I'm telling the things, there are so many things. It cannot be remembered. अगर आपको फिर भी रिमेंबर रखना है तो बैद्यनाथ मकर ध्वज खाइए रोज फॉर मेमोरी बूस्टिंग. ठीक, फाइन. सो सी गाइस हियर है ना how to do it. Okay, can you tell me how to write the same code using recursion? Can you write the same code using recursion? कहा सर. नहीं होगा. Okay, so let me explain you one thing, है ना. See, you have a list 23, correct? If I run this one, guys, you know one thing I think I discussed. What is slicing, guys? Discuss? No, fine. See, guys, there is a one concept called slicing. Slicing, it is a way to access the multiple elements of the list. Multiple elements of the list. Right. With the help of slicing, we can access the multiple element of the list, guys. For example, see here, guys. This is my LST23. I'm writing here LST23 of. I'm writing here 1:4. Right. What is the meaning of, guys? 1:4 means this will start from 1 and it is going up to 4th index. I'm giving the index, guys. What it is printing? 3, 4, 5. See, guys, this is the 0th index, first index, second index, and third index, and fourth index. Correct. So what it is doing? It is printing 3, 4, 5. Means what? 1 to 3. It is printing. This we call it as slicing. If I wanted to access a single element, I can directly access with the help of index. But if I wanted to access a multiple element of the list, I can use the slicing here. Clear? For example, can you tell me the output of this one? Suppose I'm writing LST of 0:5. Can you tell the output? It is starting from 0. It is going up to 4. It will not consider the 5. So what it should print, guys? Yes, online. 2, 3, 4, 5. It will print 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. See guys, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? Up to 4 it will print. What about this one guys? LST 23 of 2 colon. I'm not specifying the end guys. If it is not specifying, it will start from 3 till the end, it will print everything. Right? So it is starting from 3, 0, sorry, above list, no? So if you see here, it will start from 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it will start till the end because you are not specifying the end means it will go up to end guys. Clear? For example, suppose I'm writing like this guys, LST of 23 colon 6. What it is doing now? It is starting from 0 up to 6. Means up to 5 it will print. Clear guys, understanding, yes or no? Online people? Okay, fine. Suppose I'm writing this like this guys, LST of 23. I'm starting with a 0 colon 5 colon 2. See guys, this is my start, same like a range function. This is my end and this is my step size. So what do you think? 246. Why guys? Why it is printing 246? If you see here guys, this is your list. Okay, let me print LST of 23. This is your list guys. It is starting from 0 to 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yahan tak. Right. Now it is taking every time the step size is 2. So it will print 2. Then next step size is 4. Then next step size is 6. So 2, 2 is getting added into the index. Clear guys? Now what about this one? LST of 23. 2 colon 6 colon 1. Sorry, 2. Can you tell me what is the output? 4, 6. Getting guys how exactly the things is happening? So let me write down something. What I'm trying to say, slicing, you have a start, then you have an end, same like a range function, and you have a step size. So generally we are using slicing to access the multiple element of the list. If you wanted to access a single element, you can directly access with the help of index, right? But if you wanted to access a multiple element, you can directly use the slicing guys. Clear? Up to here, any doubt guys? I'm giving you 1 minute. Fast हो रहा है? Huh? 46? Okay, 46. फास्ट हो रहा है क्या? अच्छा ठीक है. How 6 end value is n minus 1? हाँ correct. N minus 1. Because index, see guys, this is a syntax that it will start with a 0, means starting symbol, and it is printing up to n minus 1. Right? Okay guys, I hope you understood this thing. Okay, let me tell you one thing. We'll see the mutability after a few minutes. First question is guys, I wanted to code this thing as LST of 23. Count the length of the list using recursion. Def my length recursion. Same thing, I will pass the list. How to write the recursive code for this one? Okay guys, what are the things to write a recursive code we require? What are the things we require to write a recursive code? Anchor step and recursive. Can you tell me what is anchor step? What will be the anchor step? Length list. लेंथ फंक्शन ही तो बना रहे हैं, फिर लेंथ क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं? See guys, we are making the alien function. For making the alien function, if you are using alien, then what's the need of making length function? Understood? Okay. So tell me guys how we can code this one using recursion without using alien function. I'm mentioning the things guys. See guys, recursive approach मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया ना, what exactly you have to do in a recursion, right? Recursion means you have to find out the base case. Base case means what? I will count. See guys, I will count the element first. Suppose these are the list. I wanted to count the element of the list, correct? So if I count the first element, every time it is getting increased by 1, right? Then I will move to the next element, increase by 1, 2. Let's next element 3, then 4, then 5. Tell me guys, if I counted this element, next time I have to start counting from here, right? If I count this element, next time I have to count from here, right guys? Understanding? So guys, just now we have seen something related to this, right? So guys, first anchor step will be what? Anchor step means where exactly you need to stop. Means what guys? Once I traverse the entire list, I have to stop, correct? Yes or no? I have to stop. So what should we do? I plus 1. See guys, recursion, no loop here. Recursive approach, no loop here. Hmm? How to write? See guys, recursive code लिखे ना आपने कुछ कुछ. Same approach I am asking guys. That's is nothing, anything else. While nahi aayega na guys, loop. If you are writing a recursive code, when there is no role of loop, first of all. Yes or no? There is no role of loops. So what to do? See guys, see simple thing. See, let me explain. Huh? What I'm trying to say guys, if I'm adding this element guys, okay, I will make a count for this element which is a 1 plus. I will make a recursive call here, correct? See, if I counted first element guys, next time I have to send this list guys, correct? Now if I count this first element, see guys, initially I will start from the first element. If I count this element, I will add 1 plus recursive call, correct? Then next time I will pass this list, correct? Now once I count this element, I will write here again 1 plus 1 plus recursive call. Now I will pass the list from here now, correct? Now what I will do guys, again there is a function called 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus recursive call. याद आ रहा है कुछ? Right. Understood guys. See. Now up to when guys? Up to you will reach the end. If no element. Now tell me guys, if I'm accessing this element, this is the 0th index guys. Hai na? This is the 0th index. This is the first index. This is the second index, like that. So if I count the first element guys, from where I need to pass the next list? From 1. Understanding guys what I'm trying to say? If I count this element, I have to pass this list now. From where this list is starting? 1. So guys, see, I have counted the 2. Counted 2. Understand guys, I'm trying my best to explain. Hai na? So count 2 here. I counted this one. Then my list will start from 3 guys, correct? It will start from 3. So initially this 0th element, okay, and my list is going from, if you see here, 1 colon guys. Yes or no? From 1 entire thing I'm passing, correct? Now same way guys, suppose I have counted 3. Counted 3. What will happen? Now I have to pass the list from 4th. See guys, once you counted this one, now 0th index 3 is present at the 0th index for new list, correct? Now once I counted this 3, I will pass this entire list 4 5 6 7. Correct? I pass this list. Now 4 will be at the 0th position. Now if I counted the 4 now, I will pass my list from 5 now, 5 6 7. Now 5 will become the 0th index. When 5 will call, again this will pass from 1 to colon till the end. Understand the logic, guys? Yes or no? Hmm. No need to update, sir. You directly pass 1 colon, it will happen. Right? So, see, guys, kaise karoge? Okay, this is the repetitive step. That same thing, you are counting first element, you are passing the entire list. Counting second element, you are passing the entire list. Counting the third element, you are passing the entire list. This is the repetitive step that we are repeatedly counting and repeatedly calling. But what is the anchor step? What is the anchor step? Because we have to tell na where exactly you have to stop. लिस्ट एम्प्टी है तो कैसे चेक करेंगे? List -1. How to write the anchor step, guys? Okay, am I required any other thing, guys, other than list? Am I need to pass any other thing than list? List is sufficient. और कुछ पास करना है इसमें? Count, no need of count na. We are adding +1 in a recursive function call itself, right? Don't worry, guys, इतना टेंस होके मत सुनो मुझे, है ना? फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ही है रिकर्शन का, राइट? सो वी हैव टू सी सो मेनी क्वेश्चन, है ना? सो स्लोली आएगा, गाइस. आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, रिकर्शन इज नॉट अ रॉकेट साइंस, है ना? वंस यू प्रैक्टिस द थिंग, देन ओनली इट विल कम, एंड स्लोली इट विल कम, राइट? सो डोंट वरी. ऐसे ही आपको इतने बड़े पैकेज तो देंगे नहीं वो आपको, राइट? तो उसके लिए आपको कुछ तो अच्छे से आना चाहिए, पर्टिकुलरली टफ थिंग्स, राइट? सो इसलिए रिकर्शन इज मोर लॉजिकल, गाइस, right? So it will take some time. Please digest the concept first, and first digest. You trace the code, you try to write a simple codes, and then you will get the hands on the recursion, guys. I have already taken too many codes on the recursion. मुझे लगा थोड़ा सा तो logic बनेगा. Still struggling? Online people still struggling? Okay, no issue. You tell me, guys, what should we do? We'll skip recursion. Then we can't skip, guys, anything in this entire course, right? So where exactly you are facing the problem? If you tell me the problem, I can help you. Like tomorrow I told that you come at 2 o'clock, whatever the doubts you have, we'll connect and we'll resolve it, right? But guys, if you're not coming, if you're not asking, सब सर के ऊपर से जाने वाला है. Everything will go beyond the head, right? So please ask the thing, guys, है ना? Slowly you will get, guys, है ना? It's not a matter of 1 day, है ना? 2 day, 3 days, है ना? Slowly, मैं बोल रहा हूं ना कि in this entire course of data science, the only thing is tough, which is the recursion. In this entire course, the only thing is tough, which is the recursion, right? Other than remaining things, very easy, guys. Machine learning, deep learning, very easy things, है ना? Only because recursion, you have to code it everything from the scratch. Then only the recursion will be easy. So why we are taking the recursion, guys? So that your problem, you will become more logical, guys. That industry want. As a fresher, what they are expecting from you? The person who is having excellent problem solving skill. If you see the product based companies criteria of the interview, they are not mentioning, there is no language barrier. They're telling the C, C++, Java, Perl, anything, any language you tell. But only one thing, excellent problem solving skill. That is a minimum criteria. And the problem solving skill will not come 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. It will take some time, guys. Although we have a 4 month, 5 months of a course. So slowly it will come. Don't get frustrated. That sir, recursion नहीं हो रहा है, मेरे को तो नहीं लग रहा है होगा data. Don't get frustrated. If you are getting a this is the initial days, guys. आप यहाँ पे struggle करने आए हैं कि सब. If guys, if you are learning only simple thing, then you will never get a job. That is for sure. Because simple thing तो सबको आती है. List is mutable, immutable, सबको पता है. Right. So if you are doing same thing that adult people are doing, what is the difference between you and them then? You have to struggle, guys. Then only the things will be easy for you, है ना? So एक बार तो लाइफ में मेहनत करना है. So assume that this is the time to put the effort. Right? No worry, guys. Initially, no worry. आपको नहीं आ रहा है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. But try करो. No, guys. This is as I'm telling, guys. It is giving. Okay. You don't require a count, guys. Okay, because if you are every time increasing the count, it's a somewhat not a proper approach of the recursion. Okay, we have written the code for division. If you remember, every time I am adding the plus one in the recursive function call, that code will be looks like a recursive code, perfect recursive code, right? See, logic नहीं समझ पा रहे guys. 5 क्वेश्चन 10 क्वेश्चन करके 11th क्वेश्चन पे लॉजिक नहीं आ जाएगा guys. This is not a व्हाट आई एम से, ये कोई जादू नहीं है कि आप कर लो और हो जाएगा, है ना? स्लोली इट विल कम. द नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन यू विल प्रैक्टिस, यू विल डेफिनेटली गेट इट गाइस. आपको पता है ना कौन कौन स्ट्रगल कर रहा है रिकर्शन में? पता है ना? आप जहां जा रहे हो पूछने, वो भी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं ना? फिर सो दिस इज नॉट अ सिंपल थिंग गाइस. ये चीज आप डाइजेस्ट करो, राइट? यू डाइजेस्ट दिस थिंग गाइस, बिकॉज it is not a thing that will come in 1 or 2 days. You have to struggle slowly, 10 days, 15 days. Logic अपने आप बनेगा guys once you solve as many as questions, right? Okay guys, no worry, I will again explain recursive approach for this one. Now guys, you do one thing, at least you revise all the recursion and come up tomorrow. By reading recursion you come, we'll code all the question using iterative plus recursive. Guys देखो, मेरी एक अच्छी बात है कि आई एम गोइंग मोर टूवर्ड्स कोडिंग, पर मेरा सबसे खराब प्रॉब्लम यह है कि लोग इसलिए डरते हैं कि मोर कोडिंग है सर, है ना? बहुत ज्यादा कोडिंग है, बहुत ज्यादा कोडिंग है. बट गाइज दैट इज अ रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ इंडस्ट्री, है ना? आप ऐसे दूर नहीं भाग सकते, राइट? यू डोंट नो सर, वी आर नॉन टेक, वी डोंट नो. यू लर्न इट गाइज. आप पढ़ने ही तो आए हो यहाँ पे, और कुछ करने आए हो क्या? राइट? सो if you don't know, you learn it, you try to learn. We are ready to help you wherever you are struggling guys. Let me know. आप जहां पे भी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हो इसमें, आई विल बी देयर. मैं आ जाऊंगा आपको जहां पे भी डाउट हो रहा है. बट एटलीस्ट यू आस्क फर्स्ट, देन ओनली द थिंग्स विल बी इजी. So do one thing guys, you go revise all your concept, you come at 2 o'clock tomorrow and mention. See guys, mention how many people are coming, because accordingly we have to arrange the room, है ना? बहुत कम लोग आ गए तो you can directly come to 502. बहुत ज्यादा लोग आ गए so we have to manage them, है ना? So let me know in the group how many people are coming. For online people also guys, at the same time you can connect, है ना? I will let you know, है ना? But guys don't leave anything. This is my humble request to you, है ना? Prepare well. This is the time to prepare. अब नहीं करोगे तो फिर कब करोगे, है ना? This is a good time guys to get a job, है ना? तो तब तक रुको मत जब तक आपको हर महीने के 38 तारीख को 1 लाख अकाउंट में ना आए, राइट? तब तक आपको नहीं रुकना है. दैट इज अ मिनिमम गाइस. नाउ करेंटली 1 लाख इज 30,000, नथिंग, है ना? सो 6 मंथ के बाद तो ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगा, है ना? सो सो दैट्स व्हाई यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर वेल गाइस, है ना? थोड़ा मोटिवेट रहिए, है ना? वेन एवर यू आर फीलिंग डीमोटिवेटेड गाइस, यू जस्ट कॉल मी वंस. मैं 10 मिनट में आपको मोटिवेट कर दूंगा, ठीक है? ठीक है, ठीक है. बट आप सुनोगे तो, नहीं तो फिर. ठीक है, फाइन गाइस, थैंक यू, विल मीट टुमारो, है ना? ठीक. ठीक. Please revise guys so that we can solve many questions on the basis of recursion. Right? इसको करता हूं ना कल कोड, अभी बता दूंगा तो फिर बोलेंगे क्या है. ठीक है, फाइन गाइस, है ना? हिंट कुछ नहीं है. एलएसटी इक्वल्स टू एम्प्टी लिस्ट दे दो, दैट इज एंकर स्टेप. लेंथ फंक्शन नहीं यूज करना है, 1 प्लस रिकर्सिव कॉल भेज दो, दैट्स इट. Fine, guys. Please prepare. Come up with the preparation. No need to update the index, sir. We are passing the slides every time from one colon. So you don't need to update the index. I'm counting the first element and I'm sending the entire list from the next element with the help of slicing. Right? So you don't need to update anything, sir. See, guys, test will cancel then tomorrow. हाँ. हम्म. हम्म. किसमें? हम्म. हम्म. सी, आप जब लिस्ट को स्टोर सॉरी ट्री को आप जब स्टोर कर रहे हो, तो ट्री क्या है? डिसकनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट है। ग्राफ क्या है? कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट्स है। कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट्स में आपको हर नोड्स के एक नोड से दूसरे नोड तक एजेस भी दिखानी है। राइट। यहाँ पे आप सिंपल वे में क्या कर रहे हो कि मुझे पैरेंट एलिमेंट दिखाना है और उसके चाइल्ड दिखाना है, सो यू कैन इजीली रिप्रेजेंट। बट इन केस ऑफ ग्राफ, बिकॉज ऑफ द कनेक्टेडनेस, यू हैव टू शो द एजेस. So from which vertex to which vertex there is a edge. That's why you have to use the weights. That is the adjacency matrix. Okay, guys, prepare well, है ना? See, guys, loops questions I already share na. Loops question I will share. I will share one more list, so don't worry. Fine, we'll meet